this has been a fun show. We
Yep.
started off the show with the Sap Master,
Yep.
Bruce Hopper from BS Pure Maple Shack. And then we had John Weaver, who is kind of a conductor of scientists who brew and make cures and pharmaceuticals. And now we got a real kind of brew master,
Yep.
Dani Babineau, who is the owner of Redemption Rock Brewing. Welcome.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
And first, a thank you. You hosted just a week or two ago a chamber business after hours. We had over 150 people, executives of companies, come out in force to visit your new location on Shrewsbury Street, Putnam Lane.
Yeah, it's sold out.
And what a great time.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely. It was a great time for us too. It was a nice, crazy Thursday night.
Yeah. And you've been in operation of a couple months?
Not even
that long.
Yeah,
No.
Saturday will be 6 weeks.
6 weeks.
Yeah, since our grand opening.
And so
Yeah,
what's
it's been
it
a
been
whirlwind.
like? Yeah,
Absolute
yeah.
whirlwind. It's been fantastic. I mean, we've had every weekend's pretty much been packed. Been able to meet a lot of really great people in the community. We already have regulars that come in, 3 or 4 times a week,
Yeah.
which is great.
Norm, they sit at one part of the bar. And,
Yeah, there's a couple. There's one guy
yeah.
who comes in every day and has a stout and reads the paper.
Yeah.
But it's awesome. I mean, I think it's we've been able to pull off one of the things that we wanted to do, which is a little bit more unique in that people are coming 3 or 4 times a week, twice in a weekend. Whereas a lot of the beer culture now, people will go to a brewery, check it out, and then go to a different brewery and not necessarily come back. But people are hanging out, they're having the same beer multiple times in a row, they're drinking full pints. So we're trying to create a culture that really wants people to hang out, feel comfortable in the space, and just have a really fun time.
And a community in and of itself. But so the space is the old Coca-Cola bottling building. And maybe you could talk a little bit, there's the bar, there's the brewing in the back, but then it's kind of an area for fun activity, just hang out. And
Yeah, we wanted to be very much focused on the tap room space and do it in a way that we weren't really seeing other breweries doing, at least not locally. In that we have a very large tap room space. We dedicated half of our space to the tap room. The other half is the brewery and some office space. But it's a 100-seat tap room, very art focused. Very light, lots of natural light, and a variety of seating. So we've got couches so people can sit down and curl up and do work. People can kind of play games. We have a lot of games. People are bringing their kids in. We have turf set up and picnic tables in half the space. So we get kids running around. They just grab some extra beanbag chairs for them.
Right.
And adults, there was adults hanging out on them last night. So it's great to walk around and kind of just see people utilizing the space, both the way we intended, but also in ways that we kind of didn't expect, and it's really fun,
spontaneous.
Yeah.
And so this is a family kind of affair too, so
Yes.
you're not alone.
So I'm the CEO of the company. My fiance, Greg, is our brewer. His twin brother, Dan, is our head of marketing, which has been creating a lot of confusion behind the bar, especially because they like the same hat, so they'll wear the same hat, and people get very confused.
Threw me off when I met him, Bob.
Right,
Did I just meet you?
Yeah, we have a lot of people, even like in our family, like my family in particular, will be like, talking to Dan, and then they realize, I was like, no, this isn't Greg.
Right.
And then Kevin is our GM, who is a good friend of ours from college, who actually introduced myself and Dan's wife to the two of them, because he was roommates with Dan freshman year of college.
Right.
So we all go way back.
Well, that's great.
Yeah.
And then the name too. There's a local connection with the name.
Yeah,
So
it's named after Redemption Rock, which is the actual name of a very large rock in Princeton. As the twins are from Kingston, they like to say it's very unsimilar to Plymouth Rock. It's like actually really big and not in a cage. But it's we wanted something that was very hyper local. So if you grew up in the area, you might know what it was. I went there on field trips in middle school, but at the same time would just have a cool name and wasn't super obvious.
Yeah. And so 6 weeks, and this is in the middle of winter.
Yes.
The
We're
weather
already
gets-
planning the patio.
Right. Okay. Yeah. So already kind of talking about those next stages.
Yeah, definitely. And that was something we always wanted to have as a piece of it, and just ended up kind of pushing it a little bit more to spring because nobody's going to be sitting on the patio in February anyway. But we're going to do a nice fence out there, do a variety. It's a small patio, but we're still trying to capture kind of the spirit of the indoors, do a variety of seating. And we're going to be doing another mural actually on the surface of the patio.
Right.
So.
And I mean, just people got to get down to see it.
Yes.
But in addition to kind of just the venue being fun and kind of great light with the doors that come up and the light, great beer. So tell us, maybe since the beer is kind of what goes into it, and deciding what kind of flavors or drafts. Yeah.
So we do. We actually started off. We're trying to figure out a differentiation strategy. everybody kind of pushed us to differentiate on one style of beer, and we basically went the opposite, which has now kind of become a differentiation that we do a lot of variety around beer at a time when a lot of people are kind of just doing IPAs or IPAs and heavy stouts. And for us, we wanted to have a diversity of styles because we really love everything. There's nothing I don't like. It's just dependent on my mood. And so we
Count me in that category.
Yeah, exactly. It's just like, when the weather's nice, I want this versus this. But we do 4 year-round beers. We're going to have a Kolsch, which we're working on getting up. Our IPA, which we're working on having all the time because we've been running through it really fast. A dry Irish stout, so similar to Guinness.
The Blackstone?
Yeah, the Blackstone.
That was very good.
Yep. That one I think has gotten the most comments. Yeah. And then the Edelstein, which is a Hefeweizen. So kind of hitting the boxes of what we think most people are going to find something that they like within those. And then we have 8 other draft lines that we can play with and do seasonals, do one-offs. So we are in the process of brewing our spring lineup. We have a Saison on there now. We also do a rotating single hop pale ale, so super light, easy drinking. And we can play with kind of whatever we can get as the coolest hop that's on the market right now.
Yeah.
So we're trying to really do a variety of beers and just kind of like let our creativity play.
So we just got a minute left.
Yep.
We got a lot in. So if someone wants to learn more, website, Facebook, how can they?
Our website is redemptionrock.beer. And then we're on Facebook, Redemption Rock Brewing Company, Instagram, and then we're on Twitter as well. Instagram and Twitter is RR_Brewing Co.
Excellent.
Yeah.
No, well, Dani, exciting.
Yeah.
We can't wait to be back soon. You were a
Absolutely.
great host, considering you're only open for a month. And everyone
St. Patty's Day will be a good one, too. We're doing parties. That's the twins' birthday, so we're going to be doing parties all weekend.
Yeah, March is a big month in
Yes, it is.
Worcester.
It
The
is.
Irish ancestry and connection. So, well, thank you.
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
we really enjoyed working with you and your team, and in the future we'll be doing more.